Imagine walking down a deserted street on a random day when something unusual catches your attention. That's exactly what happened to Mark, the man behind this recording. He noticed a car had driven through the fence of a cemetery, stopping inside the silent lot. Without hesitation, he decided to approach it to see if anyone needed help. However, what he found was much more disturbing than he could have imagined. As he approached the vehicle, the silence was interrupted by an unexpected sound, a female voice. The words, which seemed to be crying out for help, led Mark to believe that someone was still inside the car. "Is anyone there?" asked Mark, as he turned in every direction, trying to locate the source of the mysterious voice. But in every direction he looked, the answer was the same: emptiness.
Lucky they didn't hit none of these tombstones. Real lucky. Hello? You alright? You okay? What the hell? What the f*** is going on here? There ain't nobody there. Miss? Hello?
Mark left the cemetery with more questions than answers, taking with him only the video recording as proof of what he had witnessed. To this day, the origin of that voice remains a mystery, generating speculation among those who watch the images. Was it the echo of a past tragedy, the manifestation of something supernatural, or just an illusion created by darkness and fear? The final word is yours. What do you think happened that dark night in the cemetery?
You okay?
Before continuing, subscribe to the channel and make sure the next scares come straight to you. Ready? Let's move on to the next video. On a seemingly ordinary day, a father was working calmly in his office. However, the calm was interrupted by his son, who came running in, his face marked by fear. The boy, in an urgent tone, said that something unusual was happening in the other room. He described, in simple words, a vision that made his father's blood run cold. A man is moving things. Not understanding what could have happened, he turned to the security cameras looking for answers. What he discovered, however, raised more questions than explanations. The recording showed something disturbing. A small toy and a dog bed began to move autonomously, sliding across the floor with precision impossible for air currents or random movements. The scene unfolds with the boy entering the frame, visibly irritated, trying to pick up the objects. In a gesture of frustration, he picks up the dog bed and throws it back on the floor. But suddenly, something that cannot be explained happens. The bed moves with force, heading towards the boy and knocking him down. Luckily, the impact was cushioned by the bed itself, and the boy was unharmed. But the question that echoes after watching that scene is disturbing. What did he really see? He mentioned a man who seemed to be moving objects. Was it the child's imagination magnifying something natural? Or was there something dark and invisible inhabiting that house, acting in the presence of the child? Could this be another case of misinterpretation of natural events? The images speak for themselves, but the truth remains shrouded in shadows. What do you think? The mystery of the invisible man is a story that ends without clear answers. Not all homes hold stories of harmony and laughter. Some seem to keep secrets in the shadows, secrets that echo between worn walls and in the whispers of emptiness. This is the story of a home that, according to reports, was never just a place to live, but a stage for the inexplicable. A YouTuber known for his pranks and entertaining content came across something that no video could have anticipated. During an ordinary night while the cameras were recording, a disturbing sound emerged in the air. A rhythmic, metallic sound seemed to reverberate from the depths of a dark space above his head. The attic, the hesitant footsteps, and the trembling in his voice revealed a man torn between curiosity and fear. He looked up, feeling the pulse of an ancient secret hidden among the beams and dust. The YouTuber, overcome with uneasiness, left the camera resting in the living room. It was then that something absolutely surreal happened. The camera lens, like static eyes, caught a fleeting glimpse, a faint glow that passed through the glass of the door, as if it were a sourceless reflection. There was no one there, no one visible at least. The silence was broken again when, suddenly, the glass door slid open with a smooth, deliberate movement, as if guided by invisible hands. They say that the place belonged to someone whose life ended tragically, leaving behind not only memories, but something that perhaps transcends human comprehension. In the end, the images do not lie, but the questions remain. Was it a coincidence orchestrated by natural forces? Or a reminder that the unknown is always lurking, even in the most familiar places? Would you dare to go in there? Perhaps one day, the mysteries of this house will be unraveled. Or perhaps it is better to leave the shadows where they belong. It was a night like any other, shrouded in darkness and silence. Security cameras, installed to monitor the daily life of a quiet neighborhood, recorded something that no one could have predicted. A solitary figure appears walking down the deserted street. The woman, with slow and strange movements, seems to be in a kind of trance, carrying an unusual object in her hands. She advances in an almost hypnotic manner, holding a stick as if it were an extension of her own presence. The recording reveals disconcerting moments. The woman looks up at the sky as if she were searching for something invisible to the common eye. Then, abruptly, she crouches down and hits the stick against the ground, the sound echoing like a warning, or perhaps a ritual. After the enigmatic gesture, she gets up and continues walking, disappearing into the darkness of the street. The video ends with no answers, only disturbing questions that remain. Who was she? What did this behavior mean? Was it a common scene of a disoriented person or something more sinister, hidden in plain sight? In the stillness of the night, when shadows seem to come to life, this footage reminds us that not everything we see has a clear explanation. Was it a simple nighttime stroll, or a disturbing presence crossing our world? What do you believe? The mystery remains. Imagine the following scenario. A quiet night at home, when suddenly disturbing noises break the silence. That's exactly what happened to a family who were getting ready for bed. Startled by the sound coming from outside the room, they decided to stay together while the father, driven by courage or by the need to understand what was happening, went out to investigate. The camera on his cell phone was the tool he chose to record what he could find.
नहीं, तुम बच्चे के साथ रहो, नहीं तो वो डरेगा।
Daddy, can I go?
No, Mama. You take care of Mommy.
The search for the source of the noises soon revealed something disturbing. As he walked through the house, the man found objects scattered everywhere, as if a whirlwind had passed through there. However, something even more disturbing was about to emerge. There was no one else in the house. This detail in itself turned the incident into an even deeper mystery. Hoping to clarify the events, the family reviewed the security camera footage, but what the recordings revealed only raised new questions. The footage showed objects moving on their own, being thrown by an invisible force. Chairs slid across the floor, while small items fell from the shelves, as if manipulated by invisible hands. This activity, captured so clearly, left the family in a state of shock. But surprisingly, that was not the end. Another night, even more disconcerting events came to light, making it clear that something inexplicable was lurking. During another nighttime investigation, as the father walked through the living room, the sounds of quick, intense footsteps echoed around him. The noises seemed close, as if someone was running, but again, No one was there. To further increase the tension, one of the doors, which had been previously closed, was found open without explanation.
Baby, are you awake? Baby. Please stay outside, please.
Did you count it?
You just scared me.
This case to this day remains unanswered. The questions remain: what was causing the phenomena? Was it a supernatural presence, or is there a rational explanation that has yet to be discovered? What do you think? Are we facing something beyond the natural, or is there an explanation that we cannot yet see? The conclusions are up to you. There are places that seem to repel curiosity, as if an invisible aura warns, "Do not enter here." But for some, the prohibition is an irresistible invitation. A group of urban explorers, driven by the allure of the unknown, decided to ignore these warnings. Cameras in hand, they were determined to enter a place shrouded in secrets. Their first steps into the property were surrounded by silence, interrupted only by the sound of stones being kicked and doors creaking in the distance. With flashlights illuminating the darkness, they moved like shadows, stepping over rubble and broken windows. The tension was palpable, especially when one of them looked back and muttered, with a nervous laugh, "Someone is behind you." Laughter echoed, but the feeling of being watched did not disappear.
The roof can drop down, you know. Does places like this have asbestos?
Inside the ruined structure, something caught their attention. A graffitied wall bore a number, a red 6, crudely painted, dripping as if it were still fresh. In the dark corners, every shadow seemed to move, every sound seemed closer.
Oh my god.
Did you see that face? Did you see that face?
In the fucking way.
In the top, I'm not even joking. I swear I saw a face. It's been out the clear right now.
I swear. What is the 6 on the wall?
Oh, that's actually crazy.
It's insane. It's
continued on, finding rusty tools and locked doors. Keys, someone said, holding up a bunch of keys found on a dusty table. They tried to open them, but none would work. Then a sound echoed from above, a dry crack, as if something or someone was moving.
Did you hear that one bugging out? Hey, did you hear that one bugging out? Sounded like someone threw something from up there or some shit.
The tension reached its peak when one of them pointed to the floor. Is that blood? The words fell like a weight, and everyone stared at the dark stain. It must be rust, said another, trying to convince himself. But the group's courage began to waver. Something wasn't right.
Oh, you check. Fuck that. Fuck that. Oh, my days. Oh, shit. Come back. Fucking hurry up.
Panic took hold. The group began to run, stumbling over debris and trying to reach the exit. Behind them, footsteps echoed. But when they looked, they saw nothing. Only darkness. Whatever they had seen or heard was behind them. But the question remained, what had they really found? And who or what still inhabits this place?
Oh, you check. Oh, my days. Oh.
Imagine the silence of the early morning, the time when everything seems suspended, when you finally arrive home after a long day. It is late, your mind is tired, and your senses are a little slow. A man, like any other, enters through the front door. Apparently everything is in order. But when he opens the bedroom door, he comes across something that defies comprehension. The video, recorded in low quality, shows an enigmatic figure in the corner of the room. With disjointed movements and a shape that does not resemble anything we can easily recognize, the creature seems to be observing him. Its posture is ominous, a mix of silence and threat, as if it knows something that we do not. The man, overcome by visible terror, takes a hesitant step back as the camera wavers. There is no clear evidence of digital manipulation, but the low resolution makes it impossible to be absolutely certain. What is most striking is the figure's behavior. It does not move like a familiar animal. There is no logic, no pattern, only a discomfort that seems to spread throughout the environment like an invisible shadow filling every corner. What if it were you, arriving home, tired, just wanting to rest, but instead finding a figure as alien as a nightmare? Would panic take over, or would curiosity push you closer? When Shannon, a young woman looking to create something as simple as a hairstyle tutorial, decided to turn on her camera, she never imagined that she would be recording something sinister.
Here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to do a really simple braid right here in the front of your hair.
The seemingly ordinary house where she lives soon revealed signs that something out of the ordinary was happening. Noises, doors that closed by themselves, and a presence that seemed to be watching her from the shadows. Within seconds, the bedroom door closed abruptly, interrupting her concentration. Frightened but trying to remain calm, Shannon decided to investigate the environment.
You're just going to take this section right here in the front of your hair. You're going to split it into 3. Okay, that was creepy.
First, she went into the bathroom, where a few days earlier she had seen the shower curtain move, as if pulled by invisible hands.
This bathroom was totally creeping me out the other day. It was like the shower curtain was moving by itself.
When she went out into the hallway, something even more disturbing happened. A muffled voice uttered what seemed to be a call for help.
Well, let's just listen for a second. No, I'm crazy. I'm completely home by myself. This is insane. All right.
The next day, a new report surfaced on Shannon's channel. This time, she said she had woken up in the middle of the night to the sound of a man's hoarse voice echoing upstairs.
Last night I was asleep in the middle of the night, and I thought I was dreaming at first, but I wasn't, and I woke up 100% awake, I'm sure, and I heard this voice coming from upstairs, and so it was so creepy. It sounded like an old man, and I got up out of bed, and I looked around, couldn't find anything. I even came downstairs, I looked in the garage, I went outside, nothing. So, anyways, I went back to bed and crawled under the covers like a scared little kid. So, I don't know, I just don't know what to do. Oh my God. Did you hear that? Did you hear? That was it. That was the same voice I heard last night, coming from upstairs.
Finally gathering her courage, she went upstairs with her camera, hoping to capture something that would confirm her suspicions. As she explored the rooms, a strange moaning sounded from the same room where it had all started.
Trying really, really hard not to be scared. Can just come out. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I heard it again. It's coming from over there in the closet.
But the terror didn't stop there. In another recording, Shannon heard a noise that seemed to emanate from that mysterious hidden space in the closet. Determined to confront the entity, she approached it and said, "I know you're here. Who are you?" Before she could get an answer, the door to the room slammed shut, trapping her inside. The video ended with her desperate scream, which echoed like a cry of absolute terror.
Hello? Are you up here? Hello? Okay. Okay. It's definitely coming from that closet again. You know, you don't have to keep scaring me. Hello? Okay. One more time with the creepy door. Hello? I know I heard you in here. Please. God. Ah! Oh my God. Oh my God. The door just shut by itself. What? No! Oh my God! It's haunted!
After the footage was released, millions of viewers began to debate the authenticity of the videos. Whatever the truth, one question remains. What was really haunting Shannon? In the confines of an abandoned asylum, whispered stories of ancient anguish still hang in the air. Canadian urban explorers, driven by curiosity and armed with cameras, decided to uncover the secrets hidden within the weathered walls of a psychiatric hospital. However, what seemed to be just an expedition to forgotten ruins would soon turn into something much more disturbing. Upstairs, the atmosphere was even more oppressive. Echoing through the corridors, strange noises gained intensity, something between moans and incomprehensible whispers. It was then that they saw something at the end of the corridor, a thin, misshapen silhouette, moving unnaturally. It was as if every joint was out of alignment, a macabre dance that seemed to defy the laws of anatomy.
Go upstairs, go upstairs. It came from upstairs. It's up the stairs.
Guys.
Go first, man. Shh, no. Because I want to get this on video. I want to get this on video, man. Did you watch The Asylum? They filmed that same exact thing up here. Man. Yeah. Shh. Look. Let's go this way. Where'd the other guys go?
When they focused the camera, they noticed details that raised more doubts. The figure was wearing shoes. But this only raised more questions. Was it human, a former patient, or something much worse? The answer, as with every great horror story, may never be found. And ultimately, the decision is yours. Truth, illusion, or something beyond comprehension. On a day that should have been ordinary, a woman in Japan began recording her move to a new home. With her camera in hand, she intended to capture every detail to share the experience with friends and family. But what seemed like just another home video soon became something out of the ordinary. As she explored the rooms of her new home, she talked about how excited she was to start this new phase of her life. But in a matter of seconds, her enthusiasm turned into pure terror. When she turned the camera to a corner of the room, something completely inexplicable appeared. A figure standing in the shadows, motionless, but carrying a presence that overflowed with menace.
はい出さなきゃいけないものを OK でした。そしてこれが素晴らしいクローズ。だいたいこんな感じかな。楽しく過ごし。
The woman, overcome by fear, did not hesitate. In a panic, she turned her back and ran, dropping her camera on the floor. At that moment, disturbing sounds echoed through the room, low and high-pitched noises, almost as if they were distorted words, spoken by a voice that should not be there. The silence of the place gave way to a sonic chaos that seemed to envelop the recording in a suffocating atmosphere. After this frightening event, little has been revealed about what happened to her. Some people close to her claim that she never returned to that place. The mystery persists. What did she encounter in that house? Was it an entity from the other world, or just a trick of the mind amid the nervousness of the move? No one knows for sure. However, one thing is indisputable. After that day, that woman decided not to start her life over in that place. A house that was supposed to be a new home became a symbol of something she preferred never to face again. What about you? What do you think about this unlikely and frightening encounter? It is up to you to decide what is real and what is legend.